Well, what Mindy left out is that 28 years ago, I really needed a job. and I did. I said, I'll work for free, just give me a chance. And I'm really glad they did. Mindy and I had a chance earlier this week to talk about some things relative to the O.C. Tanner Charitable Foundation and some of our activities in our community. And I noticed once again in Mindy this great depth of concern and care and compassion. And she's in exactly the right place in our company. She's exactly who we need doing that particular function, and we're delighted to have her, and I'm thankful for her. I want to join Mindy and welcome you to this, our 7th Executive Recognition Summit. I thank you for coming. I'm delighted to be here with you. I saw many familiar faces and many new faces last night at our reception. It was good to have that opportunity to renew some acquaintances. And once again, I was reminded that this is a rather unique group of great leaders with deep experience from many industries from across the globe. And I think it will be a terrific opportunity for us today to talk and learn, as Mindy said, from each other. I tried something a little new last night. I decided to ask a question. I wanted to find out how you got your start. And so as I had conversations with many of you, I asked you that question. I asked you to tell me about your first job. You know, from what beginning did your career unfold? And I discovered some interesting backgrounds, and I got permission from everybody to disclose this. So I'm going to just call out a few names and give you a little bit more perspective on who we are and where we came from. I want to start with Jake Flights. Jake, raise your hand. Jake is the Director of Benefits at Paychex. He's over here in the corner. He and I had breakfast at the same table this morning. Jake got his start working for the Department of Public Works on the road crew. He told me that he did road crew work and other, and I quote, unsavory work they saved for the high school kids. And look, he's now the Director of Benefits for a great organization, Paychex. Cindy Vetch, where are you, Cindy? VP HR at Life Touch, great company. Been there, love that outfit. Still have my photos from my first grade class. Cindy is the VP of HR. Got her start as the counter lady at McDonald's. I think years ago we would call that the counter girl, but you know, today, with all of this great coaching from our HR professionals, counter lady is the right word. She also told me she was not allowed near the French fry machine. Don't know why. Dave Brumley, where are you, Dave? There's Dave right there. Dave also got his start. He's at a fast food restaurant and is now the VP of HR at Reesers, a wonderful grocery retailer. This one I love. Eldon, where are you, Eldon Maxwell? I don't see. Oh, there's Eldon right there. Eldon is a systems executive. No, sorry. He's the VP of Talent Management at Sutherland. Now, I don't know. He's not much older now. It doesn't look to me. But he got his start at age 7 as a paperboy in his neighborhood. So there's a violation of something. I don't know what. Age 7. Kathy Garland, systems executive, St. Vincent, over here in the corner. Kathy got her beginning as her career unfolded as an ice cream server. Danette Rhodes, where are you, Danette? With Papa John's? Oh, there she is. A coffee barista. Susie Bonvoleur. Where's Susie? There she is, right here in front. Now, this was a tough job. Susie has grown and developed. She's got a rough start, very high pressure, challenging, day in, day out grind of a job as a swimming pool greeter. And now, of course, she's the VP of HR at CGI. What a great story that is. Here's one I really love. Sharon, where are you? Sharon Edmondson? Sharon's right there. Now, this is a great story. Sharon is now the global HR VP for Regis. She got her start at the American Cookie Company, where she met her husband, later fired him. Well, wait, I better back up. Met the man who would later become her husband, but before that, she fired him. And now they have 4 great kids and a great life together. That's a great story. I don't know if Mike's here. Mike Abrashoff, are you here, our speaker today, a little bit later? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about Mike. Mike, of course, as his career turned out to be pretty good. He became a naval commander, and he's now a well-known author and speaker. But he got his start building swimming pools. Sort of has this water thing going on in his career. I met Rob Bryant last night, VP of Quality at CSC. There was a movie about Rob not long ago. Where's Rob? Are you here? Raise your hand, Rob. Maybe not. Oh, there he is in the corner. Early in his career, Rob was a mall security guard. Wasn't there a movie about that long ago? Yeah? I wouldn't mess with Rob. Brian Chu, Executive Director of Rewards and Retention with the MD Anderson Cancer Center. He told us he got his first job. Where are you, Rob? I just can't, oh, there are the lights. Yeah, there's Rob over here. He told me he got his start as a waiter at JoJo's restaurant. Anybody know what JoJo's is? Well, he told us it's a 24-hour, sort of an upscale Denny's. I was going to ask him what the downscale was like, but I thought, John Sahlberg, John's here from Boise Cascade, VP of HR and General Counsel, got his start lawn mowing in Pocatello, Idaho. Lisa Sweeney, VP of Employee, John, where are you? I'm sorry, raise your hand. There he is in the back. Lisa Sweeney, where are you, Lisa? There we are, right in front. She got her start selling kids' shoes at a retail store. She tells me that she is an expert at folding T-shirts. She'll be available later today in the hall to teach you all how to do that. But Lisa's now the VP of Employee Engagement. Are you seeing a pattern here? Carrie, where are you? Carrie Shuchuk, right here in the back. Carrie also got her start selling retail clothes for kids at a store called Animal Crackers. Funny how we remember these things. And she's now the VP of Total Rewards at Everbank. We could go on, but I didn't quiz you all. I thought that was enough to make the point. You know, we all have a start somewhere. We all began our career, and in some way, in some fashion, and we learn things. I want you to think with me for a minute about your first real job. Do you remember it? Mine was sorting lettuce in the farm fields of Salinas, California with my brothers. We were paid based on quantity. In other words, results. My next job was tending the grounds of an office complex that was owned by a golf buddy of my father's. When I came home and told my dad that Bert had given me the job and that he was going to pay me $2.50 an hour for weeding and mowing and tending to the grounds, my dad immediately called Bert and told him no, that I wasn't worth $2.50. He knew my value, he'd seen my work, and I'm not kidding, the maximum that I was allowed to be paid was $2 an hour. Obviously, my dad didn't think I could produce the results to merit $2.50 an hour. No matter where we started, no matter where we are today, we all learned early on that a big part of work is about results. In fact, as leaders, aren't we all about results? Top line, bottom line, gross margin, material margin, employee retention, employee engagement, market share, inventory turns, patient satisfaction, and on and on and on. Results. They're all critical to the health of an enterprise. However, the fact that we're gathered here today at a recognition summit is proof, I think, that we know there's another result, a far bigger, a far more important result. In fact, it's the result that makes all other results possible, and that is the development, the encouragement, the acknowledgement, and the engagement of our people as leaders. That's a big result. Since our first jobs, whatever they were, wherever they were, all of us have experienced and learned a lot. We went to school. We developed skills. We found our way into jobs with companies and organizations that we believe in and that we wanted to be a part of. Leadership opportunities came along and presented themselves. Careers unfolded. Along the way, we learned more and more about getting results. And usually, we measure those results with numbers, don't we? We do. In hospital rooms and care facilities, doctors and nurses measure results by monitoring blood pressure, oxygen levels, pain, heart rate, and untold other important numbers. But Dana Ulam-Vucelic, she knows that it's also important to listen and empathize with the patient. Medical professionals don't just look at numbers. They also apply patient feedback, past experience, and extraordinary judgment. In business boardrooms, there are pages of spreadsheets, ROI calculations, pro forma statements, risk analysis, SWOT analysis, forecasts, business plans, PowerPoint presentations. All products of research, measurement, and sound thinking. All important factors to consider and study when making decisions. But great leaders also have a feel for things. You know this. You do. They can sense when something is working or not. They don't always need all of the analysis. In fact, they may choose to ignore data in favor of judgment, belief, or feel. They instinctively know things that the numbers don't know. Have you ever had that experience? Of course you have. A few weeks ago, presidential candidate Mitt Romney said something in the heat of stumping. I don't know what the question was, but the answer was widely reported, and I picked it up on the radio on the way home from work. His answer was, corporations are people. Now, I don't know if it was a good answer to the question, but I was reminded of it a few days later when the fire alarms went off in our building. It was a drill. I knew about it in advance, and so I joined in the orderly exodus of our building, and I went outside. And as I stood on the grounds, waiting for the all clear, I looked for a minute at our empty building, and I saw all of our people out on the grounds, as they're supposed to be during a fire drill. And I thought, as I looked at that empty building, without our people, that's a fairly nice corporate building. But nothing will ever happen again unless they go back in. I'm surrounded by great people at O.C. Tanner, and I'll bet you are too. We depend on them, and they depend on us. I think much of our responsibility as leaders is to unleash that individual and team potential. We need to encourage the heart, as the authors Kouzes and Posner suggested in their book by that title. And I think we instinctively know it. I don't think we need spreadsheets or analysis to understand it and to know it. So here we are, gathered up, a bunch of former paper boys, lawnmowers, fast food, teenage workers, and lettuce pickers. What a group. We came from, and we come from, successful enterprises where there are goals to meet, results to achieve, and most importantly, purpose to fulfill. Does your organization have purpose? And do you believe in it? And do your people believe in it? We're going to hear from our peers today how they've done it. What's working? What have they tried? What did they change? Some may share some analytics with us. I hope they do. I like numbers. But I'll bet every one of them can feel it more than they can quantify it. And I think in the business we're in, we ought to pay attention to that sense and to that feeling and to that intuition, because it rings true and we can count on it. I think it's going to be a great day. I hope you'll jump in and enjoy it. I hope you'll engage and ask questions. I hope you'll enjoy one another, make some new friends, and have some fun. Thank you for coming.